After Sonic's peak in the 90s, it really had some trouble climbing back to the top to regain its crown. More specifically, I'm talking about Sonic 06. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And the games that followed afterwards were not the greatest either. I'm talking about Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, and Sonic and the Secret Rings. I recently did a review video over Sonic Unleashed, and overall, I would not recommend it unless you're an absolute die-hard fan of Sonic and you need to have it in your collection. Now, Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight, I'll admit it, I never played them. And people have been telling me, oh, you can't compare Sonic Unleashed. You can't say it's bad because you haven't played Sonic and the Secret Rings or Sonic and the Black Knight. And you know what? I will take your word. It's because of comments like that I will not play it. And I will take their word. I really do truly appreciate their input. So I will not be playing those games. And I want to thank them for giving me their input so I don't go out there and spend my money on games that I know I'm not going to enjoy. Yes, I would love to have them in my collection just for the sake of having it. But if it means I'm just going to hate those games, yeah, probably a hard pass for me. I do not consider myself to be a professional gamer. I am a casual gamer, and I play my games how I see fit. I don't focus on 100% completion. I focus on the main story as opposed to completing it 100%. That's not how I roll. Now, don't get me wrong. I love everything Sonic. Sonic movies, the Sonic video games, even the Archie Sonic comics. I think they are fantastic. I even have the new Sonic game pre-ordered, Sonic Frontiers. I have it set to be delivered to my house on the day that it releases, alongside God of War Ragnarok. But we are not here to discuss Ragnarok. This video is about Sonic Generations. Sonic Generations is a game that was meant to celebrate 20 years of Sonic, and they did it right. Everything about this game, in my opinion, is absolutely right. Let's talk about it. I'm the 90s Metal Gamer, and welcome to the 90s Metal Gamer channel. Sonic Generations is supposed to celebrate 20 years of Sonic, in the same way that Sonic 06 was celebrating 15 years of Sonic. But Sonic 06 went about it the wrong way, completely rebooted the story, and it was all around just terrible in my opinion. And many other gamers can say the same thing about that. Now, on the other hand, you have something called Project 06, a completely remastered version of Sonic 06 by an independent game developer. You can find him on YouTube by the username ChaosX, I think that's his name. I'll link it in the description below so you can find it. I'm getting off topic right from the start. This is about Sonic Generations. As I mentioned already, Sonic Generations was supposed to celebrate 20 years of Sonic. It combines old school side-scrolling gameplay with new school technology. Combine those together, and it's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. I thought it was great in every single way. We're going to talk about the gameplay, the presentation, and the music in the video game. I had a lot of fun replaying this game. It came out in 2011, and I think I got my hands on it around 2012. And the first time I played it, it was on the 3DS. Now, the 3DS version, it wasn't exactly perfect. Then I got my hands on the Xbox 360 version, which you see right back here. That version is by far better than the 3DS version. Now, just recently, I upgraded to the PC version of it. That is by far the best version of Sonic Generations that I have ever played. Beautiful graphics at 160 frames per second, 1080p, It was absolutely amazing, especially with my new graphics card installed. Everything was perfect. It looks smooth. It looks on par with games that are released here in 2022. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, as far as music is concerned, most of the music that I get in my channel are from Sonic Generations. And every time I made an upload with Sonic Generations music, I noticed that I did not get a copyright claim. So I thought that tells me that the music is copyright free, or it's safe to use for streaming and whatnot, and for YouTube channels. So for any other creator that needs music for their video, try Sonic Generations. And I also want to give a shout out to White Bat Audio for providing music as well. If you don't know who White Bat Audio is, look him up on YouTube. He provides copyright free music that you can use on your channel. And yes, you can use it for monetization. Look him up, White Bat Audio. Sonic Generations is the perfect mix of old school and new school. I thought it was absolutely amazing. So, without any further, let's go ahead and get into this review.
I want to see your tiny head.
Sonic Generations is unique in its own right. Like I said already, it combines old school 2D platforming with 3D technology. And the result was beautiful, to say the least. It was absolutely beautiful. The story behind Sonic Generations is that Dr. Robotnik seizes control of something called Time Eater, and You'll see. I'll let the game explain the story to you, because like I said in my Star Fox review video, I suck at storytelling. So I'm going to let the game tell the story for us.
He'll be here any second.
Hey guys, what's going on? You having a party or something? Surprise! Aw, you guys.
It's kind of impossible to surprise you.
You totally got me this time. I had no idea.
Yeah, right. Happy birthday, Sonic. Hope you like this.
Like it? I love it! What?
Sonic, what's that? What's it doing?
So there you have it, the story of Sonic Generations. What you did not see in the story was that Dr. Robotnik did gain control of the time meter to completely obliterate Sonic from all of time itself. But, of course, with Sonic and friends, they managed to defeat the time meter and ultimately stop Robotnik. Another thing that you may not have noticed was that while Robotnik gained control of the Time Eater, there was a hole ripped in the space-time continuum, and the end result was past version of Sonic's meets the current version of Sonic. And they team up in order to stop Robotnik. Now keep in mind, I played the PC version of this game, and I have to admit that PC is above all as far as gaming. It took me a while to come to that, to realize that, but in the end, the PC version of this game is by far superior than that of its console counterparts. The fact that all the old school stages have been remade from the ground up with a fresh coat of paint is absolutely astounding. Sega really did put in a lot of thought, a lot of work, and a lot of effort into making this game absolutely beautiful. I can't even tell the difference between a pre-rendered cutscene and actual gameplay graphics. And from what I can tell, I don't know if they actually used pre-rendered cutscenes. I think it's all in-game graphics. Honestly, I can't tell. They both look amazing. Graphically, I love everything about this game. And considering it was made with the Havoc engine, that just makes it even more better than what it already is. As if I hadn't said enough about how great the graphics are and how it looks, just take a look at the gameplay itself. I mean, you're seeing it right now. What do you think? Overall, I would say that the graphics are amazing, and the bright colors that we've come to know and love about Sonic are still there, but with a nice upgrade to it. Alright, you know what time it is. Shameless plug. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel. I am a solo YouTuber. Everything I do on the channel I do by myself, so any little support I get will go a long way. To my day one supporters that have supported me since the very beginning, since I first started this channel, I know exactly who you are. I love you. I want to thank you for your continued support. The channel is slowly growing, and I could not have done it without your help. I know exactly who you are, and I remember you in the long run. Alright, let's get back to the video. Sonic Generations is unlike any other Sonic game that I've played. I want you to think of a Sonic game prior to 2011. Okay? You got it in mind? Alright. Chances are, whatever game you thought of, there's an element from that game. From the OG Sonic, you got some of the stages. Sonic 2, you got some of the stages. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you also got some of the stages, as well as some of OG Sonic's techniques, such as the spin dash and the flash. Actually, no, I don't think the flash is in here. Scratch that. The flash is not in here. From Sonic Adventure, you got Chaos. From Sonic Adventure 2, you have Shadow the Hedgehog. From Sonic Colors, you have the Wisps. From Sonic Unleashed, you have some of the stages. From Sonic 06, there's also a stage in here from that game, surprisingly. I really didn't think Sega would use a stage from Sonic 06 considering how broken that game was. As I mentioned in the beginning about the story, everything has been ripped apart and mixed all together as far as the timeline. Now, in order for you to restore the timeline, you have to play through each one of the stages as OG Sonic and Modern Sonic in order to unlock your friends, or free your friends rather from being in limbo. You know the universe is in bad shape if Silver the Hedgehog offers his assistance to help Sonic. But you gotta fight him first. You fight him because you need the Chaos Emerald that he's holding. In the end, he does support Sonic. But not like you think. Ultimately, he's just a cheerleader, I'll go ahead and say that. Playing Sonic Generations on the PC overall was a great experience. I used the Xbox One controller. Well, I guess now it's the Xbox Series X or Series S. It's the most recent Xbox that came out. I used that controller for the PC. The controls are tight, they're very responsive, no lag at all. Highly recommend using the Xbox controller on the PC. 10 out of 10 stars. The great thing about this music is that everything was remastered, including the OG stages music. And another great thing about it is that whenever I upload a video to YouTube with that music, I get no copyright claims on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play my favorite song from the video game here. Enjoy. If you watch some of my other videos, you would know that I use this song a lot. I love it. Now, aside from that song, the other music in this game are just as amazing. High energy, upbeat, really gets you in there. Every stage had a really good feeling to it because of the music. I was immersed entirely because of the music itself. I can only hope that Sonic Frontiers keeps this same pace, keeps this same feel, keeps this same energy with this type of music. And I also hope that it has no copyright associated with it, so I can use that music in the channel as well. Overall, the music was fantastic. Great, absolutely great. Even the OG stages that have been remastered and essentially got a fresh coat of paint for this game. 10 out of 10 stars. Would listen to this soundtrack. Sonic Generations was the perfect mashup between 2D side-scrolling and 3D platforming. I thought it was absolutely amazing. They worked together perfect. I did not think Sonic would be as great as it is with this game. I'll be honest with you. I thought, when I first played it way back in the day, I thought it was going to be another flop because of how Sonic 06 was. and I really wasn't looking forward to it. It really left a bad taste in my mouth. Nonetheless, Sonic Generations was absolutely amazing. The only downside about this game was that the main story was fairly short. I beat this game in about 6 hours or so. That's just the playthrough of the main campaign, the main story. About 6 hours, 6.5 hours to 7, maybe. It was rather short, so I really wish I could have seen a lot more content from this game. It did have a lot of potential to be a lot longer. What I really enjoyed the most about this game was seeing classic Sonic with a nice facelift on him. He looked absolutely beautiful. Of course, through the whole game, he had no voice at all. But you know exactly what he was saying through his gestures, like as if he was speaking to you through his movements. You know exactly what he was thinking. Overall, I had tons of fun playing this game. A huge rush of nostalgia. I felt like I was a kid again, reliving my moments of Sonic's glory days back on the Sega Genesis. It was, I really don't have any words for it. It was great. It was absolutely great. I didn't mention this in the introduction to this video. The save space on my hard drive, I only focused on the main story. Now there were other components of the story where you could unlock some more music and whatnot, unlock different skins for Sonic and whatnot. But of course, we do not do 100% completions on this channel. We only focus on the main story. So, to save space on my hard drive, I only focused on the main story of this video game. And the main story, for me, gets a solid 5 out of 5 bottles of water. Thanks for watching, guys, to the end. I really do appreciate you watching my content. I am a solo YouTuber, so everything I do on this channel is done through me. I do everything on this channel, so any little support that I get will go a long way. So please consider subscribing to the channel. Any little support will help. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay hydrated. I love y'all.